Sometimes I feel like I'm in the movie The Sixth Sense. Great movie, by the way. That I'm seeing things that others aren't seeing. It's really weird. I mean, tonight I went around on this gun I'm reviewing, and I did watch some YouTube videos. I did read some blogs, some reviews, and they're pretty much saying the same thing. Gun's awesome, totally reliable, excellent. Don't hesitate, buy it with confidence. Echoed by the comments below, whatever media source that is. But here I am in the Sixth Sense. I'm Haley Joe Osment, seeing the dead people no one else sees. Apparently. And I love DD, man. They put together some great products. I gave a very favorable review to the DD4V7 this summer. I mean, that was a great AR. I mean, really super excellent, lightweight, very accurate, reliable. Love the gun. But every gun's its own animal, okay? And some people have a hard time wrapping their head around this. And just because it comes from the same manufacturer, you cannot put a halo over every gun, which I see a lot of people doing, a lot of gun channels and BoobTube, a lot of blogs. That, hey, it comes from this manufacturer, and I don't want to piss this manufacturer off, you know. I want to get my video on their website, so I got to talk nicely about the product. And here we go. We get what we have now, everyone repeating the same thing. The manufacturer's talking points, essentially. But here I am, man. I'm Sixth Sense, and that's what you're going to get in this tabletop review. On the Daniel Defense AR-10 style rifle, the DD5V1 7.62. What? Sweet! Another 308. I call them SAPRs to put in the playlist. I really like that, and that's why I sought it out. Thanks to the entity above for helping me get it. Support them. If you like this process, support them. Thank you. The high integrity reviewing process. Well, it's good. It's good. I'm super excited. I'll sell a lot of guns for whatever manufacturer is good. Comes to the table, passes my test good. I don't hold back. I have no agendas at all. No secret handshakes, no special deals, no money under the table. Definitely no media promotion from the manufacturers. Enough said. And by the way, clicking around on this gun tonight, I was kind of shocked, really, because there's like a 3.5 minute video on that, and they called it a review. And I just don't think you can cover it in that amount of time. I mean, this is definitely not going to be feature length on this. I don't have that much to say, and it's not, to me, that awesome. Sorry, that's kind of what it boils down to. It's not. And then I was struck by the fact that a lot of them are running only premium ammunition through it. Now, the excuse patrol shows up and they go, hey, it's a premium gun. You got to run a premium ammunition through it. And I say, bullshit. You don't. Okay, and a lot of the entities that are doing that are getting their ammo for free. They're running, what, 175 gold medal match through it. And they're saying, oh, it's so awesome. It's so awesome. Yeah, who I don't do that. I don't have money to go run 175, even 168 grain gold medal match through a gun. This is an M&P10 in the background, and we have to talk about that gun to do a comparison and contrast to make some points. So you see the same dead people I'm seeing in the Sixth Sense. Dig? That's why that gun's there. I mean, that one is a long-range SAPR setup. I've got long-range optics on that, and so that is why the philosophy of use is running and zeroed for 168. It's very expensive, but I don't go shoot recreationally 168. It's just once in a while. Don't have the money. You know, I don't. And there's some other things they're saying that I just go, I totally disagree with that. And in fact, I'll bring them up. I'll just like, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. Now, so I'll differ from the company talking points. I'll talk about the features, but there's some things that I don't like about the gun. Okay? In comparison to what's out there, and this is very important to remember, value level. So if you have a very upscale, very expensive AR-10 style of rifle, SAPR, if you will, semi-automatic precision rifle, 308 caliber, 7.62 51, you get it. It better be totally squared away. It better work. It better be lightweight, SAWC, all that. POU, super quick. I want to fly through this because I talked about it a lot on my earlier 308 battle rifle reviews, AR-10 style rifle reviews. Battle rifle, and I'm assuming it's, you know, totally works great, everything going. I'd say absolutely yes. DMR, CQB, heavy hitter. I mean, CQB means it just creates a lot of problems for your adversary. I'm a big advocate of 7.6251 when I can take it in my system. How often have I said that? Lots. However, for CQB, I think 7.6239 is a good option. It's going to be lighter. You're going to get more firepower, a 30-round magazine. Well, I just reviewed it. I'll roll in it on inset. That'd be a great CQB rifle. 30 caliber firepower, more rounds, lighter weight. Because CQB to me means you need to move the gun quicker, and this is not a lightweight gun. M&P10 is really right on the fringe of what I consider to be CQB-able, if I can say that. It is pretty lightweight, pretty maneuverable for what it is. I feel confident doing it, but still, even that gun is more weight. And it's firepower versus mobility. Hog rifle, down Texas, Arkansas, I say rock on. Jihad against the hogs all day long. It's a huge problem. 308, nothing hits like a 308 in a standard rifle caliber, unless you go to the magnums, of course. Anti-piracy rifle on the high seas, kind of like I did in my FNR review. Yep, SAPR. Yes, you will see this gun is accurate. Okay, let's talk about the features of it. I'm going to start here at the muzzle. This is called by Daniel Defense the superior suppression device. It's half comp, half flash hider. How does it work? Nothing. I would say, I don't know if it's this muzzle device's fault, but not great. I think the recoil impulse from this DD5V1 is substantial. So there I am bearing with the internet community. Everyone else saying, oh, it's awesome. Quick follow-up shots, awesome. But one reviewer said it's like, oh, yes, you know, there's something there, but it's not bad. I like it. It works great. I totally disagree. I think it's more substantial than probably any other AR-10 style rifle I've reviewed, including the M&P10, including another one I'm not going to tell you that's also upcoming on review. Subscribe, support the work, watch. You'll see what I'm talking about. That one, unnamed for now, shot extremely well. It felt like an AR-15. I mean, I was jumping between that gun and the DD, and it was like night and day. I mean, I was getting my world rocked with it. This one, yeah, it's a lot, man. Barrel, it's 16 inches, cold hammer forged. It is, I believe, a 1 in 10 twist. They really don't specify on their website. I'm pretty sure it's 1 in 10. And it's a good barrel. All DD barrels are excellent, and that's always borne out in the accuracy paper that I'll bring to the table. No doubts about that at all. S2W profile. But here's the deal. I think 16 inches on a 308 for me is just too thin. How many times have I said that? I said that in the M&P10 review, and the one of the reasons I love the M&P10 is because it's an 18-inch barrel mid-length gas system. This is also a mid-length gas system, so it's nice in that respect. It's a thicker barrel. I think that's a lot of where the weight is coming from. And speaking of weight, it's 8 pounds 4 ounces. Naked. No optics, no rail. So as you see it here, fitted with a very, very, very lightweight mount, by the way. It's 10 pounds. This one in the background is 9 pounds 9 ounces with a mag in it. So pretty close. But that has a much heavier optics mount on it. That's a LaRue mount. This one is about half the weight of LaRue. So really the weight difference is going to be a lot more. And I'm looking at the glass. A very similar glass. Yeah, they're identical. Both are wearing the Pro Staff 7. Go watch my scope review on it. The rail, the handguard I should say, is excellent. Key mod, it's very slender. I love it. I would not exchange it. DD is doing such a great job with these rails they're putting on. Finally, they got rid of the freaking quad rails. I was preaching about that at all the trade shows forever. Get rid of the quad rails, man. They did it. At least on some of the newer guns. What I don't like about it, though, is this attachment system. And again, here I go differing from, you know, the internet world. Everyone else is raving about it. Why? Because it's a company talking point. Hey, this is awesome. We have a 4-bolt barrel interface. We have no barrel nut. And I have no doubt that it's stable and secure. That's a given. It's strong. But the problem is weight. You have a steel plate here. You have 4 big bolts here. That adds weight. You know, is it that much different from a barrel nut? I could be totally off. I readily admit that. that if you weighed against the barrel nut attachment, maybe they're the same. Maybe they're the same, but it just looks heavy. And playing with that M4V7, I talked about that too. I mean, the bolts weigh something. Always go light. I get, however, this is a 308 rifle, and so you have to have a super strong attachment method. There's more recoil, more vibration. I get it. I get it. Proprietary attachment, as you can see. Proprietary rail, for that matter. M1913 rail on it. Forged lower, integrated trigger guard. Super quality all over. There's a polymer dust cover here, which is interesting. Polymer. I hadn't seen that before. Oh, what is that? Awesome? I don't know. So it's different. It sure isn't saving weight according to my scale. And then we're going to pop in it and take a quick look at it. I want to rip through this review. First, before I do that, let's check the upper and lower wiggle. There's something. There's something there. Let's check the M&P10. And I don't think I have an AccuWedge in this one. Nothing. Just saying. Nothing. I'm just telling you. Let's check this out. Now, the charging handle on this DD5V1 is pretty cool how they designed it. I actually love the charging handle. It's kind of hard to get out, and I got to take it off camera so I can get some leverage, because it has not a latch, but a detent, which is a cool, innovative feature. I like it. So here's a bolt carrier group, and this is what I'm going to show you right here. Is this ball detent. I think that's cool. So you don't have a latch digging into your aluminum upper. You have a ball detent, which, as you can see, has some retention to it. It's serious retention. Maybe I'm just a puss. Probably. And then you have interchangeable latches, so you can do an oversized latch on this. I didn't go on DD's site to see if they have it. But, you know, you can't take it off and enlarge it. So it's a proprietary part, obviously. You can't just put like an AR-10 style charger on there. There's some proprietariness going on with M&P10 as well. I never minded that, so I could totally live with that. It's a cool design. Here's a super quick look at the bolt carrier group. Standard AR-10, if you ask me. Now, I went on their website, and they're saying that this is nickel boron. I hope I'm not wrong on that. Nipple boron coated. We'll go with that. But it looks like it's matte chrome to me. And I know matte chrome well because Rock River BCGs, which I think are excellent for the money, are matte chrome, and this looks identical. This does not look like matte or nickel boron to me, and I kind of know coatings at this point. I could be totally wrong though, but the qualities are nice. You got two ejectors there, spring-loaded ejectors. You have a super strong spring in the extractor. So look at the rest of the BCG. I'm kind of surprised there's so much wear on it for the rounds I put through it. I mean, it wasn't a tremendous amount of rounds, but it looks like it's more worn than it should be, says me. The cam pin hole, by the way, is a little bit oversized, they say. If I'm getting that right. We'll put it back in, and maybe we'll take a peek down here. Super quick. M4 feed ramps on a 308 AR-10. Oh, let's get to the trigger now. We'll get to that other thing here. I know you guys want to know. Watch the whole video. The trigger is awesome. It's a Geisley 2-stage SSA. Should be awesome. Oh, where'd my trigger scale go? Who knows? Oh, here it is. So 2-stage. And it was just fabulous. I love Geisleys. Man, they're expensive though, dude. They are expensive. So I thought I'd actually pull a little bit lighter than that. But 412 on just one pull, we might be able to get it down if we tried. DD furniture throughout, so DD buttstock, DD grip. I have mixed feelings on that. I said that in the DD M4 V7 review, and I said I wouldn't exchange them. And I wouldn't. I mean, I don't like the rubber on it, though. I don't like how grabby they are. I just hate rubber on my tools. I hate it on my furniture. I much prefer something like Magpul. So there's an MOE grip, then I got an MFT stock on the M&P10. It's just better. I don't need rubber on it, but whatever. Some guys might love it thinking they need rubber for that, but I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. Dual ejectors, talked about that. And then there are a couple QD points here. There's one in the rear right underneath the castle nut, which is properly staked apparently, and then you'd have to put one up on the forward handguard. right up here if you wanted to carry it. But it's a lot of rifle to carry. It's definitely single point. I mean, you're looking at 10 pounds, 10 and a half pounds with an optic. If you go with a red dot reflex sight, it'll be less, but still substantial weight. And then I talked about the integrated trigger guard here. That's about it. Let's get into firepower. I'd say standard 20 rounders. We used several mags with it. The mag pull, as you see in there, which I'll say here have been mostly good. I have seen an issue with not the 308 mags, but some of the AK mags, the mag pull, I have seen where dust will get in them. You're feeding steel cased, that they will lock up. So there's a little TMP data point for you. There's a Brownells 20 round mag. I think I used that as well. And then somewhere around here I have a DPMS steel mag. I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Use that too. We'll get to the other stuff here in a second. Like now, track record. This is why I feel like I'm in the movie Sixth Sense. Because the track record on this gun was abysmal. How's that for truth dart? Again, looking at everyone else's reviews on this gun, and this is kind of why it's fun to do a review after them. I didn't see anything about it. Now I will say this, that we do have a certain lot of 308 steel cased ammunition, and I was like, oh, I want to burn through that, and it's a good test. You know, it's a good test for the gas system on a direct gas impingement, and that's what this is, mid-length gas, direct gas impingement gun. Let's just run some steel through it. Here comes the excuse patrol. Hey man, you can't do that. You have to run premium ammunition through it. No, I don't. I absolutely do not have to do that. And if any DI gun that's worth its salt, done well with a properly sized gas port, a properly put together gas system, will run steel. I have hours upon hours of video showing that. I think it's a great test, a valid test to a gun. For instance, the M&P10 in the background will run steel all day long. Showed it in the review. All day long. Does it mean that's my primary round to use? Absolutely not. It's just an emergency round and a test round in TMP. Maybe like a run and gun, so I want to minimize my cost, and I have to buy it now. The 308, then maybe I'll run steel, and that was the idea. So with steel, the DD5V1 sucked. I mean, it was bad. It was like almost a single shot rifle. Here comes excuse patrol. Oh, you can't expect it to. How dare you? I can't believe. And on it will go. No, dude, it should run steel. It just should. I mean, if the other guns do, and all the guns, the 308 guns, if I'm remembering right, run steel. I mean, you might have an occasional hiccup that's ammo related. Whether it's an M1A Scout Squad, occasionally they would hiccup. But it's the ammo. It's a low power, dirty ammo. Whether you're running Wolf or Tulama or whatever, I get that, but it's a great test. What if that's the only thing you have? You know, I don't buy into ammunition elitism, and most of the guys online are talking out their butts, because when they shoot and they're paying the bills, are they shooting 175 grain gold medal match? Absolutely not. They're not. So no, it was like a single shot. And then I did try brass in it. At the range, that's all I ran. I'm going to show you, you know, my target here, which is excellent. And it was, if I remember right, if I'm wrong, I'll show you the footage, but it was 100% with that. But then in the desert, I ran more brass, and I still had a stoppage with brass. What ammo was it? Oh, I don't know. Like M80, I think. Just one, but it ran mostly good. Here's my takeaway, though, and this is what I'm saying, how it can be fixed. What I suspect is that the gas port, as I've been seeing more and more and more, is undersized. But it's not that simple. You can't say, well, send it back to DD, enlarge the gas port. With the recoil impulse being what it is with the DD5V1, if you enlarge that gas port, it's going to have more recoil. And that may not be great. What you might have to do is what I've done on M&P10s is put an adjustable gas block. So you can meter it, tinker around with it, get it at the right sweet spot. And I put that on the M&P10s for suppressor use, because with suppressors, that did not run well, M&P10. I said that in the review. But with an adjustable gas block, you can adjust that huge gas flow of the 30 caliber barrel and all that. I think it's an undersized gas port. I could be wrong. I don't think it's magazine related. Tried several magazines, it still did it. And like I said, with brass, it's going to be, I think, mostly good, if not entirely good. So I want to make that point clear, that if you run that brass, that you're probably going to have a great rifle. So if you do that, who cares? I say go out and buy your DD5V1 and love it. My other reservations, however, beyond that, are the weight. It is a little bit heavier. Some guys are like raving about how light it is. I don't think it's light at all. It's what I'm waiting for is a 7-pound 308 battle rifle that compensates well, that has a very unique, innovative recoil mitigation system. Maybe it's in combination with a brake. I'm running a battle comp on this one on my M&P10, and that rocks. That works. This one still kicks. I mean, the M&P10 it's not a 22. Definitely is not a 22. There you go. Just saying. So not a good track record. It's to the point where I was like, oh, this sucks, man. I wasn't having fun shooting it. You'll see the footage. I wish I had more GoPro footage. I think that card crapped out, and I don't have that. On to accuracy, super quick. Wherever that went. Here it is. The gun is very accurate. In fact, it takes honors for its accuracy. This really doesn't surprise me. Here's a 168 grain atomic match, shooting into one hole. This is Remington core locked 180 grain. This is PMC 150 grain. I noted here there was no last shot hold open on that string. Fiocchi shooting into basically about 1 1/4 MOA. Here's Wolf at the range, and this is interesting. So I shot 2 groups of Wolf, and it worked good at the range. There were no jams. Isn't that funny? Here we go, the curse of the desert again. Federal XM 180. That's a good group. I wouldn't say it's awesome. Black Hills 168 grain. There you go. So I think it's a 1 MOA gun, is what I'm saying here. Accuracy is good. Field strip, you saw it already. Standard AR-15. It's got a 5/8 by 24 threaded barrel on it. I kind of wish I would have tested it with a suppressor, but maybe not, because I mean, it revealed more problems. And I've seen enough dead people as it is, so to speak, this summer. Movie reference. So no can on it, and the other one I tested either. Accessories, is this, I didn't really check, but I don't know if that's a proprietary thing going on there. I bet you it's standard AR-15. I'd probably, maybe think about swapping out the furniture. The problem, and I said this in the DD-M4 series, is you've paid a lot of money for these guns, so you kind of want it to be good. You want to have to go out and spend another $200 on furniture, right? I don't. But you could run them and be totally happy with it. Okay, and this is a multi-positionable stock, same stuff we've seen before. Mil-spec tube, super quality levels throughout. I mean, you're talking all the mil-spec features, well, not all, but several mil-spec features in the bolt carrier group. And that's all I'll say about accessories. Trigger, you definitely don't want to replace. How about options? And I'm going to go super fast. The thing I like about the M&P10 is that it has an 18-inch barrel, right? It's lighter weight. It's definitely less expensive. I mean, substantially less expensive, which I like. It doesn't have a free float handguard on it, which this one does, but if you put a free float handguard on any AR-10 style rifle, you're adding weight, a lot of weight. And I said this in the review, you really need to ask yourself, do I need that? Do I need to free float the front end on an AR-10? It's much more of a critical decision, and no one else says this is completely TMP original thinking again, is you need to think about it a lot harder than you do an AR-15. Here's why. Because it adds so much weight, it slows the gun down so much in transition that maybe it's a dumb thing to do, especially when on the M&P10 I'm hitting out to 700 yards with the thing, with a freaking normal polymer, non-free floated front end. So if I can hit to 700 yards, I came away from that outing going, why would I want to free float this and add weight? Do I do it just to look cool? Do I do it to be more tactical? You can see my decision. I didn't swap it out. That is the stock handguard on that M&P10. And I have no plans whatsoever to swap it out. I put a Streamlight tactical illuminator mount on this bad boy. And see, I can throw this around with one hand all day long. I can't do that with the DD. again, maybe so I'm a pussy, but it's heavy, dude. It's super heavy. And this is a bigger magazine than this one. This is like a 25 round Magpul mag. But that's, so I can put a light on there. That's all I need. I don't need a VG. Battle Comp 762 once again on the front end of this one. And this is Cerakoted by myself in FDE. So, you know, there you go. That's a competitive option. Another one would be the HK MR 762. I don't have experience with that. LWRC Reaper. Dang, that's an expensive gun. It's like $4,000 last time I checked. The FN FNAR, super unpopular. I always liked the FNAR, but it's not light, and the magazines are 10 ounces. The Keltec RFB, not accurate, but it's mostly reliable. Super compact. It's a nice battle rifle option. LMT LWS, about 3K. DPMS LR308 Gen 2s, supposedly a little bit lighter. Rock River LR8, Colt 901, 10SC. They just changed that into a caliber converting one. That's 8.4 pounds. Also 16-inch barrel. Most of these are 16-inch barrel options I'm giving you. M1A. POF P308, that's a great gun. Sega 308 if you can find it. That's heavy, 9 pounds 4 ounces, and it was about a 4 MOA shooter. The problem with the DD5 therefore, and I'll end with this, is number one, it's very expensive. All the DD stuff is, and sometimes, not always, I'm good with the expensive stuff if it super performs. So it's going to be super accurate, super lightweight, and super reliable, like the DD M4 series is. It is all of the above. It's that. But when you go into this 308 battle rifle, it is a different creature. I understand it's coming for Daniel Defense. I love DD. They're cool. They make great stuff. The quality levels are high. But I'm not impressed with this gun. It's too damn heavy. It was unreliable. I think it has a gassing issue. That could probably be rectified. I give you that. It is super accurate. And honestly, if the price was lower, like if it's the same as an M&P10, I would just say, hey, you know, widen the port, deal with the extra recoil. It's going to be super accurate. Deal with the extra weight. Recommended. That's kind of where I would sit with it. I would still say go with an M&P10. I would, because I think it's a better rifle. It's a better value, and it has 5R rifling. The M&P10 shot just as good as the DD, if I'm remembering right. I'll roll in some targets. It's a great shooter. So there you go. That's my review. Yeah, I see dead people. I see that which no one else sees apparently, but that's what makes the show so entertaining and so trustworthy, and I don't see it changing. Nothing. Summer of fails. Ooh, hit. That's a metal plate to the right. Hit and a jam. It's a hard jam right there. Look at that. Jeez, look at that, dude. That sucks. Gosh dang, dude. That's horrible.
dude. It's hard jammed again. Hit. 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 So 200 yards. Hit. Hit. And a jam.